Hello and welcome to class. I'm Tati and I'll be guiding you through this 10-minute morning yoga flow series. You won't need any props and we'll begin today lying down on our backs. So finding your way down, rolling the spine onto the mat and straightening out the left leg, hugging the right knee in towards your chest. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can always keep a bend in your left knee, keeping the left foot on the mat. And just taking a few deep breaths as you arrive in your practice today. Sinking the shoulders towards the ground. And then start to take circles with the right ankle, so drawing circles in one direction and the other direction. Straightening the right leg up towards the sky, and you can hold onto the thigh with a generous bend in the knee, especially if this is your first practice of the day. You might be feeling a bit tight. Otherwise, if you are quite flexible and warm, you can also hold onto the calf or the ankle. So just tuning in with how your body feels. And you can stay in stillness or point and flex the right foot. So you should really be feeling this activating in the back side of your leg. Release, placing your left foot on the mat with a bent knee, placing right ankle on top of the left knee, and you can stay here or you can lift the foot off the mat, hugging your left knee, finding into reclined pigeon pose. So you want to make sure that your shoulders and the length of your neck, the back of your head are on the mat. Breathing. Softening the belly. And then finding into happy baby. So you can hold onto the outside edges of your feet or grabbing your big toe with your peace fingers. And also the option to gently sway from side to side, massaging out your lower spine. And releasing, placing the feet back onto the mat, straightening out the right leg this time, hugging the left knee in towards the chest. Again, option to keep the right knee bent with the foot on the mat if you need that added support. Otherwise, starting to draw those circles with your left ankle. So a few rolls in one direction and the other direction, maybe noticing any pops and crackles in the joint. And then inhale, straightening the left foot up towards the sky, holding onto the left thigh. You can keep a bend in the knee, or if you're more flexible, work towards straightening that left leg. And then bend and flex. So continuing to bend, point and flex your left foot. Feeling into the sensations across the back of your left leg. And release, placing the right foot on the mat. Left ankle comes on top of the right knee, finding into reclined pigeon, hugging your knee into your chest, holding onto your right knee. Try to really feel the length of your spine, making contact with the mat. And exhale from here, releasing the grip of your knee and bringing the knees together. Your lower legs are parallel to the mat, activating your ab muscles, and you really want to feel the length of your spine making contact with the ground, reaching the arms to hover alongside your body, but just a few inches up off the mat. And then exhale, lifting your chest as you lower your left leg, just hovering up off the mat, straighten. Exhale, bringing it back in. Exhale, lower and straighten the right leg and bring it back up. And we're going to just do 2 more on each side. Breathing in, keeping a nice strong core. Last set, left side and right side, coming back up through center, hugging the knees into the chest, releasing your upper body, maybe rolling from side to side, and then finding your way, in whichever way feels comfortable, up into seated. I'm going to hold onto the inside edges of my knees, round my spine, and just roll up and down. This doesn't feel good in your back. You can just find into a comfortable cross-legged position, roll over the knees, finding straight into your tabletop position, rooting the hands and the knees, and then pressing the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. So take a moment here to settle into the pose, maybe alternating, bending the left and right knee, shaking the head yes and no, and then finding stillness as you find length in your spine. You can always keep a bend in the knee to help lift your hips up and lengthen your spine. Ears are alongside your elbows. And just taking a few deep breaths here in your downward facing dog. Inhale, gazing forward, bend the knees and take lots of steps to the top of the mat, meeting your hands. Feet are hip width distance apart, bend in the knee, and then gently swaying from side to side in your ragdoll. You're very welcome to hold onto opposite elbows here and just releasing the upper body, bending from the hips. And inhale, rounding the spine, nice deep bend in the knee, and then slowly rolling yourself one vertebra at a time, all the way up into a standing position, bringing the big toes to touch, a little gap in the heels, palms shining forward as you find your mountain pose. So really rooting through the feet, relaxing the shoulders, and just taking one deep breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. We're going to flow through one round of sun salutations. So inhale, sweeping the arms up, gazing towards the fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, finding a flat back. And exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank position, keeping a nice straight line, and then lowering down either with the legs up or keeping the knees on the mat, your choice. Elbows are tucked, lowering onto your belly. Inhale, peeling the chest open, pressing into the hands, finding cobra. And exhale, rolling over the knees, downward facing dog. Breathing one breath. And then inhale, stepping the right foot forward between the hands, lowering your left knee, finding into low lunge. Inhale, reaching the arms up, and you can start bringing palms to touch, bending at the elbows and bringing the prayer to the base of your neck, shining your chest open towards the sky. Breathing here. Inhale, straighten the arms and exhale, frame the front foot, stepping back into downward facing dog. Breathing in. And exhale. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward this time between the hands, lowering your right knee. Inhale, reaching the arms up into low lunge, sinking the hips heavy, bringing the palms to touch and Bending at the elbows, reverse prayer, shining your chest open, reaching the elbows up as you sink your hips down. And inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, downward facing dog. We're going to flow through one vinyasa, so inhale, ripple the spine forward into high plank, breathing in. Exhale, lowering through chaturanga, inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, so rolling onto the backs of the feet. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice deep breath. Inhale, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rounding yourself all the way up, reaching the arms up, gazing towards the fingertips. And exhale, finding mountain pose. Stepping the feet wide, so feet are parallel to the short edges of the mat. Heels out, toes in, placing the hands on your hips. Inhale, lifting the chest, lengthen your spine. And exhale, folding forward. Placing the hands directly underneath your nose, pressing into the hands. You can always keep a little bend in the knee here if needed. And then exhale, folding forward, walking the hands back so your wrists are in line with your heels, or the option to hold onto your heels. Bending at the elbows, drawing your belly closer towards your thighs. Inhale, pressing the hands back into the mat just underneath your face, and then coming to heel toe your feet hip width distance apart, sinking your hips low, finding into yogi squat. And I'll come face you this way. So don't worry if your heels are lifted up off the mat. Maybe you'd like to bring some motion in, so alternating, opening the knees, hands resting on the mat for stability. And then finding stillness, keeping the hands either on the mat or bringing them into prayer, pressing the elbows into the knees to open them, keeping a nice tall spine. So lifting your crown, Malasana Yogi Squat. Exhale, releasing the bum to the mat. And then finding into Baddha Konasana, so bottoms of the feet to touch, knees open out to the side, bouncing the knees just briefly. And then finding stillness, and you can keep the feet close to your body if you want to intensify the stretch, or moving it away from you if you want to have a bit more of a gentle forward fold, rounding forward, relaxing the chin towards the chest. And just taking a few breaths here in your butterfly forward fold. Inhale, slowly lifting yourself back up. Coming to find a comfortable cross-legged position. Resting the hands on the knees. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, and exhale, side out. Inhale, palms to touch at the heart space, lowering the gaze. Namaste. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this class, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat again real soon. All my love.